Thank you.
You got it. All right, so we're going to hear from President Biden 4 hours from now. He's going to tout his policy accomplishments as he sees it from over the last 3.5 years or so. But you know, Congresswoman, there's going to be some folks watching this who say, wait a minute, he was supposed to be at the top of the ticket, and now he's not. And all of this seemingly happened so fast. And I wonder why Americans should feel proud of the process that the Democratic Party ran.
Well, I think that it's going to be a bittersweet evening tonight, listening to President Joe Biden talk about all of his historic accomplishments, all of the things he's been able to do in just 3.5 years, historic pieces of legislation, historic amounts of dollars pushed into fighting climate change, really taking charge and fighting against for reproductive rights and making sure that we are lowering the cost of our medical bills for our seniors, you know, making sure that he got appointed to the Supreme Court justice, the first African-American woman. So I hope he talks about all of his accomplishments.
I hear you on the policy stuff, Congresswoman. Okay, I hear you on the policy, and you say it's going to be bittersweet, right? Because this is not the convention that Democrats were going to be planning for. You were on the show just 5 weeks ago, Congresswoman, and here's what you said, and I want to get your reaction to your comments from just a month ago. Listen.
We are standing behind this man because he is the president, and he said he is running for re-election again.
But now he's not. And I wonder if you, along with others, if you feel duped, Congresswoman, with how all of this played out.
No, I'm excited that the Democratic Party has galvanized around Vice President Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. You know, obviously, you didn't want it to happen this way, but I think the courage and the demeanor that President Joe Biden has shown really should be a testament to his grace as an elected official and as the president. And I hope all of us can take some cues from him on how to, you know, move into legacy building gracefully. We, at the end of the day, we have to work as a unified party to make sure that our ticket wins, and also that we're able to make sure that Democratic candidates running for Congress as well as our Democratic incumbents win.
I wonder how unified your party is, because we see the scenes outside of the United Center there. Thousands of protesters. They're protesting in part the administration of which Kamala Harris is a part of, their response to the Israel-Hamas war. How can you make the argument that this is a unified party when we see scenes like that just outside the arena?
Well, you know, it wouldn't be a DNC, it wouldn't be the Democratic Party, it wouldn't be democracy without dissent and certainly without debate. I would say that some of the loudest voices that have been protesting have been the voices that President Joe Biden has listened to as he's worked to try to push for a ceasefire negotiation, as he's worked to prioritize the release of the hostages. You know, we just learned that—
Is it democracy or division, though?
Well, it's debate, and you have to have debate, and sometimes you're going to have dissent. I always hope that it's peaceful, and I always hope that at the end of the day, we're still able to focus on coalition building and consensus, but we're never going to be one unified voice on every single issue. There's a spectrum to so many of these policies, but we also know, regardless of some of those differences, that we are unified in making sure that Vice President Kamala Harris and her candidate for Vice President Tim Walz win.
All right. So let me leave you with this. Speaking of policy, the vice president gave her big economic rollout on Friday, and when she was asked, how are you going to pay for all of this, here's what she said. She basically talked about and said it 4 different times, Congresswoman, talking about a quote-unquote return on investment. The Washington Post editorial board, the Washington Post, called it her plan gimmicks. And today, the campaign has seemingly come out and tried to get out ahead of all this, saying, you know what, we're going to raise corporate tax rates from 21% to 28% to pay for all the things that she talked about. Did she fail the first policy rollout? Because it seems like she's having to walk some of this back.
No, she hasn't failed at all. I think she's being pragmatic, and she's looking at this as an incrementalist. I think the issues that she's talked about in her economic plan are bread and butter issues. Child care is very high. The cost of living is very high. The ability to buy a home means you have to be a millionaire sometimes, and medical costs are high.
$1 trillion debt's pragmatic?
Some of the pillars. Well, we are working to make sure that corporations are paying their fair share. We're also making sure that we're building more American jobs, because the more folks that we have
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.